Yeah, so let's go and take a look and see what Mick's up to next door. On old Mac Stoner's side. There we come. So, this morning, we're going to be checking this out and replacing it with a new door, which are these patio doors here.
Kindly donated by Tom Harrington. Might as well give him a mention.
Give him a shout out. Who's Tom Harrington?
Mr. Mate, who was having them new doors on. So
Right, sound.
rather than go to landfill, we can go on here.
They're going to the farm.
There's a proper doorway.
So it's just taking the poly off. They're going to take them old timbers out and rejig it so that we can fit these in. Not a bad set of doors then, Mick, are they really?
Alright.
We took the glass out. The glass is...
Well, we're having new windows. We're having new windows indoors in a few weeks. So the back door of ours has got a barn door on top. So I'm having that on the other side. So just,
right.
You know what I mean?
So it'll be like, yeah, like a not a bifold door, what they called.
That.
Yeah.
Glass there anyway. But I don't need bother about the door. I'll just leave that shut for that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'll just blow through then.
Give it a blow through. Right, sound. See you in a bit. So we're just dismantling it now.
All we're going to do is take this out, that one,
yep.
Shorten it, move it up so it fits the door in, and then move these two out, and then fix the patio doors to it. So it's just widening the doorway really and making it further up.
Yeah.
Just a bit of jigging and...
A bit of jiggery pokery.
Use a proper screwdriver when they put the things in, and grind the screws off.
Impact driver. Ideal, aren't they?
Yeah. For some of these old screws.
Very fast screwing with them. If you want. Right.
There we go.
Cool.
Another bracket. Oh, it must have been Iris. To be sure, he's put a screw in the top.
You put a screw in the top there, Michael. Get it removed this instant.
The ladders.
They're down at the back, aren't they, there, mate, behind the greenhouse. Yeah, so once this comes out, this top beam will be shortened. We'll measure it up, we'll present the doors against it and see where it drops. And then have a look and see where that's needed. Because these are sort of bracketed and bolted on. These, in the same way that the ones in the little polytunnel are bracketed and bolted on when we did that one, if you remember. Watch this, boys and girls, it'll be funny this.
Oh, the builder. Throwing wood across your knee.
That's the way, that's the navvy way, that.
Eh?
Look at them for straight ladders, don't make fussing.
Oh, you use one of them hammer-shaped screwdrivers. Knock his nails in. Sorry. This wall then. Where I screw it, it's on, nail it there.
Was this on when you got it, this tunnel?
Yeah. I think Noah built it as a tool shed.
A prototype, right, when he was doing the arch.
Oh, it's a tool shed for his stuff. Wait.
There you go, so the two column supports.
Tom Cutter.
Into the great wide open.
You know. Screws have gone.
Under the sky so blue.
So what happens when you don't use a proper screwdriver?
Yeah, it's rounding them off on it.
Well, we're getting them out.
Which I'll probably be doing when I get them solar panels on the TQ. Rounding them all off. Excuse me.
But when you went to engineering school, fix it right back. Doosh. Rosebridge Engineering School. That spanner.
Yeah, so most of the succulents have come to an end as well now, so all the tomatoes are going to be coming out shortly, probably the next 2 weeks. And as I say, we're going to be doing lots of prep for winter time. We're going to be trying to grow in the greenhouses and polytunnels, heated, certain plants, or at least keep them alive until next season. See what we can do to just to continue to grow stuff really, and get a jump start on the next year. Those are the Italian yellow pear tomatoes. Those are nice then.
18 milli or 19 milli? What would you say?
For that, go on, I'll go for 18.
18?
I'll go for it, yeah. Probably be wrong, obviously, but
18.
So there. Knit.
Well, they're nothing for it, but good guess.
Do you not get a blue Peter Badger right like that for that? It's a bit tight, isn't it? So yeah.
Picking a sweet corn.
Picking a sweet corn. Them little sweet corns that we had to the day, they were like them baby sweet corns here. They were quite pale, but they were alright because you could boil them up and they were fine. They were alright.
It's alright, yeah.
Yeah, they were alright.
Should be like it. That's what them mini ones are like, isn't it? Little white.
Yeah, little white ones. Should have been late. Bit of persuasion there.
Yep. Wigan Persuader. Wallop.
You have to headbutt it if it's a Wigan one. Here it is, come in there.
Tall enough.
Don't me do it. I'll do it, mate, if you want.
Yeah, come out of that.
Right, told you. So the patio doors are basically hung now, but it wasn't for want of a lot of cursing and gnashing of teeth. Wasn't it? Just a bit of French here for you, that was a pain in the arse. Wasn't it, mate, getting that in? Yeah. Basically because it's in now, but we had a lot of trouble with the bolts. The bolts kept threading at the top here because we punched them out like when we took them out of the old one, and it had knackered the thread up a bit on the bolts, so that was a right pain. And there's a base in there, so it's lifted up proud. Well, it was lifted up to meet it, so it's filling the gap, and it's just got to be adjusted now, all adjusted. But we're putting the side framing in, or putting the side framing in here. So we'll have side framing in, coming up down this side, and then a sort of triangular setup ish going down there just to hold it in. But these bases are going to be staked as well, so the stakes will stop them moving about, and it'll give it a bit of stability at the base that we can work off when we're putting that frame in to hold the doors on. So that's one of it, next phase basically, hopefully. See you in a bit. Look at that, double doors. Bob's your auntie's living lover make there, isn't it?
Bananas.
Locks and everything. So it's glazed and it's opening, it's shutting, it's locking, it's doing all a lot. So yeah, reclaimed door, double door. There was lots of cursing and gnashing of teeth and everything when we were putting that in, but it's been worth it. Putting the glass in, there's beading that goes on the inside of it, which was tricky because it was a bit knackered. We've managed to sort of fix it up. It's got a hook round the back of the glass, that, and then be rubber hammered in to place. So we're going to have to silicon it in places. But yeah, they're in.
Damn, innit? It's all things together then, lad.
Do it.
Alright, lock the door.
Tell you what, you can take around yours.
What?
Then you can bring back. Oh yeah, take it.
Yeah, so Mick's just been summoned by the good lady wife. Go get his breakfast, and so have I actually. Lady farmer's just rung us. But yeah, it's looking alright, isn't it? Yeah, so Sunday the 1st of September, sorry, Saturday the 1st of September, not Sunday, ignore me. That's just temporarily all fixed up, that sheeting. It's the first step in the new reframing and resheeting of the polytunnel list. All the frameworks, the metal frameworks staying in place, but a lot of timber's going to be put into that around the bases, and it's going to go up to a height of about 3'6", or about 3'3", a metre or something like that high, is where the timber's going to go, the timber framing, and onto that timber framing the polycarbonate's going to go, which is this stuff. So that's going to be all the way around that, with vents in it. Talk Nick into doing 3 vents aside, and then there's going to be another vent at the sort of at the back as well, so you get a good flow of air coming through this. This will be absolutely tip top when it's done. Trust me, I'm a doctor. But yeah, Mick's had a good. We've had a good go at it, me and Mick today, that getting that door on. Only took about hour and a half, something like that, to do it. And we like to reclaim stuff as much as we possibly can. That would have just gone to a landfill or something, that. But as it stands, it's now being repurposed as the doors for the polytunnel. And there you go. There's going to be like a barn door type of thing, you know, like sort of low door, high door. So you can open the top and leave the bottom shut. See you, Mick! That's going to be replacing that back one. So if I just undo the door, unlock it. You can open these both out if you like, but you just flip these up at the top, and that goes like that and releases the top. Oops, that goes in. You can close it, or you can open it. You're probably familiar with the way that double glazed doors work, but there you go if you're not. And there's another door that's going to be going in here. This is the last of the sun gold, so I'm going to have one of them now while we're here. It's not quite ready for coming off, that. Oh, there's some beauties down here. I'm going to have 2 of those, I think. As a treat. Mmm. Mmm. Sun gold tomatoes are absolutely succulent. They're beautiful. Mmm. Incredibly sweet and juicy. Oh, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous, sun gold tomatoes. Excuse me a minute. Just put my tooth back in. I can't eat with this tooth in. Right, so yeah. The difference in temperature with that door shut. Now I'm just going to shut that door. No, you can't experience it for yourselves. But trust me when I say that the difference in temperature from outside to inside is dramatic. Now we're talking, I would say, even on a day like today, which isn't particularly warm, it's about 18 degrees today. But in here, it's got to be 26 degrees. It's got to be 26 degrees in here at least. So me and Mick have been discussing what we're going to be doing in here, and we are going to be growing. Not decided 100% what we are going to be growing yet inside this polytunnel, but as long as we can keep the temperature to a reasonable level in here, we're going to carry on growing. And it's going to be heated at some stage as well, but we don't want to use anything that's sort of like paraffin based or whatever. So we're going to be looking into the 100-hour candles, and when we create the 100-hour candles, we'll show you how to do them. And what they do is they'll provide a certain elevated degree of heat that'll knock it up probably by about 8 degrees, hopefully. So we're going to have 2 of the triple terracotta 100-hour candles, which we will be showing you probably either in the next episode or the one after that, of how to make them. And it's essentially a heat source that lasts for a minimum really of 100 hours. I've seen guys doing it and it's been, you know, 5 days worth of burn off them. And the candle is placed into, well, I'll tell you, I'll show you later. Have a look online actually if you want, about 100-hour candles. There's some good ones up there. And yeah, the sort of, or candle greenhouse heater, something like that. Put that in as a search and you'll see all sorts for it, but we're going to do one ourselves and put that up online and do a test on it. You know, set it off on a Monday, see how long it lasts. I'll keep coming down overnight and maybe in the mornings as well, and just see if it's still burning. And we'll do it that way so you can see for yourselves the temperature difference as well. So we'll have a thermometer on the outside of the polytunnel and a thermometer on the inside of the polytunnel, and we can show then that there's from what I've seen previously online, there's a dramatic difference in heat. This will need 2 of them. This will need 2 100-hour candles in here. It's 10 feet by 10 feet by 16 feet. I'm telling lies. It's 10 feet by 14 feet. This polytunnel. But yeah, 200-hour candles burning in here, candle heaters, should be sufficient with the insulation that we're doing. The double glazed doors, polycarbonate, fresh sheeting, new sheeting going on it. That should be sufficient to keep the temperature in here above freezing, as long as it doesn't dip below like sort of 18, 20 degrees Celsius, minus 18, 20 degrees. Should be alright, should be fine. We're hoping, and we can continue to grow in here, keep the frost out, and yeah, be eating off the plot all through the winter, and also get a jump start on spring for next year. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the installation of the door. I know it wasn't going into too much technical detail, but it just shows you that it can be done. 2 laymen knocking it up can do it. You just got to persevere, put your thinking cap on, make sure that the framing is solid enough and square enough to do the job for the door, which that is. As I said before, you can see the robust nature of the base that's holding that in. All these timbers have been screwed from the inside onto it. So the frame, the actual plastic frame, has been, where are they there? So those screws go through into the timber, and Bob's your uncle. And so it's fixed at the top and at the sides. It's not fixed at the bottom, but it's all going to be siliconed all the way around that as well. And it shouldn't go anywhere because it's got like 5 screws this side, there's 4 screws along the top, 5 screws down there. That's well fixed that. It's too hot in here for me as well now. There's the staves that we knocked in. to give ground support to the base plate, anchor it really to the floor, to the ground, and the 45-degree handles going off that, as a brace going off that. Yeah. Right. Nice morning, that was a good morning. Lots of cursing, lots of swearing, and we've got it done. That's how you do it, really. By expletives and, you know, losing your rag and stuff like that, but it's in. And, yeah, it's looking alright. So we'll catch you later on, and we hope you have a good weekend, the rest of the weekend. See you later. Bye-bye.